What's up, guys? Rolling Fence here. I have to use that light because it's so dark in here because it's like freaking 9:30 at night right now. And I got popcorn. Boom. I'm sure you all know what's happened today. Unless you're watching this like a little bit later, like later than this, but I found out today that Robin Williams died. Apparently he committed suicide from asphyxiation or something, and like from depression or something. I don't know exactly, but that was really too bad, dude. He was a great actor. He was my childhood right there, dude. Aladdin, dude. I watched that movie all the time when I was little. He was a great actor. You know, I don't know. I know everyone's gonna be saying this, dude. He's a great actor. I really looked up to him, you know, all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm saying the same thing everyone else is saying. But when I saw that, basically I found out that he died through Tobuscus, Toby Turner. On his vlog channel, I went on to his channel, and the first video I saw on there was RIP Robin Williams, and I knew it was real. I didn't, because you know he's a funny guy, so usually he just likes to joke around and stuff. But I knew that this was like he was being serious about this. I didn't watch the video at all, but I knew he was being serious because the thumbnail was of him, and his eyes were red and it looked like he was crying. So I was like, oh crap, is this real? So I went on Google. Sure enough, it's real. Found out that he died, committed suicide in his house north of San Francisco, just across the Golden Gate Bridge. And then I guess they concluded that he committed suicide, so that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I never would have expected that to happen. Man, I mean, serious. This is a big point of history right here. A comedian killing himself. That's just messed up, dude. It's crazy. Anyway, on a lighter note, my dad, he's in the airport. He's actually in Phoenix right now. His flight got delayed an hour and 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, dude. He's not even gonna get to Dallas at 11 o'clock. He's not gonna be in Dallas at 11 o'clock. Which means he's not gonna be home till like at least midnight. So I have to stay up till midnight or later. I don't even think he's gonna be back home tonight. That's the thing. Is he just gonna stay the night at the airport, or are they just gonna like provide hotels for them, like pay for their hotels? I don't know. If he does get back tonight, it'll be at least midnight. So, but I have to stay up because he says he's gonna call me when he's on his way to Dallas. It's gonna be at 11 o'clock or something. So I gotta stay up till then. So that's pretty sweet. No, so at least I don't have to go to bed right now because usually this would be about the time I'd be going to bed, like 9:30 or 10, because I gotta get up at 6 in the morning. But you know what, dude? Oh my gosh, my left leg, is killing me. I don't know what the heck is up with it, but it started hurting. I think the day that Dad left, it was like Thursday or Friday. It just started hurting. It wasn't hurting as much back, like you know, when it started hurting. It wasn't hurting that bad. But today, I swear, if I didn't know better, I would have thought my leg was broken. I was eating this popcorn like a monkey, man. It was after break. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock. It was between my morning break and lunch time. You know, there was that work period, you know. Once again, I was pushing the magnet. I don't know if I talked about this, but pushing the magnet across the floor, picking up screws and metal and stuff. And I was listening to Second Stage Sterling Blade. I couldn't even sing. You know how I said I usually sing along with the music. I couldn't even sing. I was in so much pain. Like literally, I couldn't sing. I couldn't hum. I couldn't do anything. I was too focused on how much my leg was hurting. Like it was inside. It's like I pulled a muscle or something. But dude, I swear my leg felt like that I broke my leg 3 weeks ago, and that's how my leg would have felt now. Like I was walking on a healing broken leg. That's what it felt like. I was trying so hard not to scream in pain. It was hurting so bad. In fact, it still hurts now. It's just when I walk on it though. It's when I walk on it when it hurts. But the weird thing is that after lunch, I was so relieved. I was so freaking relieved when I got back to the office for lunch. I got to sit down and rest that thing. I was I was in so much relief. I was so relieved. It was amazing. Anyway, but then I was dreading going back to work, so I had to get up on my leg again. But it didn't hurt anymore. My leg wasn't hurting anymore for the rest of the day. It didn't hurt anymore. But I mean, it still hurt a little bit, but it didn't hurt as much as it did. I think the reason why it started hurting is because my body was responding to walking so much. Because I don't think I've ever walked this much within the course of a month. Because I've been working here for a month now, over a month, and I've been walking every day, at least 7 miles every day, and my body has never. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. So my body was. I think my body was just reacting to that. My leg just started hurting. Just basically my body going, okay, you need to stop walking. You need to sit down, boy, you know. I couldn't sit down on the job. Emo would be like, hey, Glenn, you know, yell my name like that. Jeez. I hate the way he says my name, like the way he yells my name. He always sounds like he's ticked off at me. Speaking of Emo, dude, he's still here, by the way. I'm constantly in a dilemma every day at work. I'm constantly in a dilemma. I've always got someone telling me something to do. I got someone telling me to do one thing, and then I got another person telling me to do another thing. It's like, who do I listen to, man? For example, yesterday, Emo told me to pick up cigarette butts off the ground outside, off the ground. And I'm just going like, okay, why do I have to do that? Why can't you just do that yourself, man? Pick up your own mess, you know? It's your fault for smoking. You shouldn't even be doing that in the first place, you know? I started picking them up, and Gene was standing out on the deck, and he saw me picking up the cigarette butts. And he's like, I gotta stop eating this popcorn, dude, seriously? Anyway, but he was like, yeah, I wouldn't pick up that freaking stuff if I were you, except he wasn't saying freaking, he was swearing. As usual, you know? But let them pick up their own mess. I'm like, well, Emo, I'm just doing what I was asked to do. Emo told me to do this. He's like, oh, he must have gone off on a tangent or something. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? So Gene, he's telling me not to pick him up. So Emo's telling me to pick him up, and Gene's telling me not to pick him up. So it's like, what do I do? So from then on, I was just picking up 2 at a time from then on, because I wasn't sure. Because before I was picking up like 7 or 8 at a time. And then I just ended up picking like 1 or 2 at a time, because I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. Anyway, I was doing that for like another minute or two. And then I decided, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just going to leave. So I worked for the rest of the day. I went back in the office at the end of the day. Emo was like, hey, did you pick up those cigarette butts that I told you to pick up? I was like, oh yeah, I picked them up. I just didn't pick all of them up yet. He's like, alright, I want you to pick up all of them. And then there's also this cigarette filter that's sitting outside the door that needs to go in the trash. I don't know what cigarette filter he's talking about. I don't know what the heck that is. Apparently he wanted me to do that right then and there. Because I left. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm not working. When my time is up, when it's 3:30, you're not my boss anymore for the rest of the day. So you don't even try telling me what to do, you know? So, like, screw it. I went home. I didn't even know he wanted me to do it right then and there either. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it first thing tomorrow morning. So that's what I was doing. So this morning, I got ready, got all my stuff on. I was heading out the door. Actually, I was signing out. About to head out the door. Emo goes, hey Clint, come here. What did I ask you to do before you left yesterday? I'm like, pick up all the cigarette butts and put that filter thing away. He's like, throw it in the trash. I'm like, okay, that's what I was doing, but until you stopped me from doing my job. I tell you, man, I am constantly being told what to do when I'm already doing that. Like for example, Sean told me to pick up like metal screws out of the tracks, and I was already planning on doing that. It's like, dude, I already know. I already know I'm supposed to do that, you know, so you don't need to tell me, but anyway. And then also Gene told me to do the same thing. I need you to pick up all the screws and metal out of the tracks on the ground. I'm like, all you're doing when you do that is just stopping me from doing my job. Because that's what I was doing to begin with, and you're just stopping me from doing that, you know. And also, another thing. You know how I said I was picking up metal and screws and stuff off the ground? Emo wants me to do that. He just wants me to constantly do that. Keep on picking up metal, as much metal as you can find on the ground. That's what he told me to do. So that's all I was doing, picking up as much metal as I could find. Been doing that for the past week and a half almost. I'm always just like concerned, like, what if he doesn't want me to do this anymore? What if he doesn't want me to do this anymore? So I'm always worried if I'm doing that for nothing, like picking up metal for nothing. So I'm just like, crap, what am I supposed to do? So I just keep doing it, but anyway, but apparently he still wants me to do it because, I'll get to that later. Anyway, but Chris, he sees me do that crap every day. He sees me pick up metal with that magnet every day. And finally today, and I was listening to Always and Never. I was listening to Good Apollo 1. It was the end of the day. He came up to me. He's like, "Don't you get bored pushing that thing all around all day?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." He's like, "Don't you want something else to do?" I'm like, "Well, Emo told me to do this, so." And then he's like, "Oh, frick that, man!" Except he said the F word, the F bomb. He's like, "You can probably just go outside and pick up all this trash you need to pick up all around the building." Like, I did that on Friday already, dude. I don't know where you were, but I already did that, man. And he's like, unless you wanna push that around all day, I mean, seems kind of monotonous, you know. You keep going on the same area every day, you're barely picking up anything up. It seems kind of monotonous to me. So I mean, if you want to keep on pushing it, then go ahead. I'm like, I'll keep going. I'll pick up the trash. For the rest of the day, I was picking up trash. So, and then at the end of the day, Rolling Wolf 4, oh my gosh, that song's amazing now. I just love that song now. Because that indicates that it's the end of the day, you know. It's just amazing. I hear the guitar like, just like, oh yes, it's the end of the day, finally. So when that song ended, I was heading back to the office. I was looking at the ground the whole time because I just didn't want to look up because I was so tired. I didn't even want to look up, and plus the sun was so bright. It was so bright out there. So I was looking at the ground. I look up. Emo and the new guy, they were both walking towards me, and then Emo, he was like, I don't know, I don't think you understood what I meant. Like he's stuck. He's like, I don't think you understand what I want you to do. He's like, I want you to fill that bucket all the way up. I don't think I talked about this actually. I'll talk about it now. I want you to fill that bucket up all the way to the top. I don't want you to dump it out. I want you to fill that thing up and then bring it to my office. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was doing, but I had that thing filled up. I told him, I was like, I had that thing filled up a quarter of the way. That thing was filled up a quarter of the way. And I went back to the bucket and that thing was emptied. And he's like, oh, well, then you should keep it with you at all times. I'm like, you just finding every little thing, you know? Oh my gosh, 17 minutes. I had that bucket filled up. But the thing is, I had that bucket filled up like a quarter of the way. And I was bringing it back to the main room, you know? Where I painted those columns, you know? And this guy comes in his lift, and he's like, hey, what do you got in that bucket there? I'm like, oh, just metal, screws and stuff. He's like, oh, you mind if I take that off you? I'm like, what do you want to do with that? I didn't actually say that, but I was like, are you sure you want this? And he's like, yeah, I'll just... And he took it from my hands. I'm like, dude, okay, I'm gonna get in big trouble. So, anyway, but I filled that thing up a lot more, and then I went to go pick up more metal, and brought it back to the bucket. The thing was emptied. Like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but I need that freaking metal. Or else I'm gonna get screwed over by Emo. Gosh, you know he's gonna be gone in 3 days, and so I don't have to listen to him. You know? Anyway, this is way too long. 18:22. Turn this off. I will be sitting here enjoying my popcorn, watching some TV, waiting until 11 o'clock, which is in like an hour and a half. So, thanks guys for watching. See you guys whenever I see you. Bye.